What if I told you that in only 7 days, a simple natural oil you likely already keep in your home could help revive the one area of the body most men over 60 worry about quietly, without ever saying a word? Yes, I'm talking about what's happening below the belt. And no, this has nothing to do with pills, injections, or surgical procedures. This is about reclaiming what years of stress, tension, and time have slowly taken away. Your circulation, your sensitivity, your sense of confidence as a man. I'm a physician and professor with a lifelong focus on men's health. For more than 30 years, I've worked closely with thousands of men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s, helping them regain strength and function they believed were lost forever. What I'm about to share with you comes from real clinical understanding and hands-on experience, not marketing hype. And yet, it's something most doctors will never bring up. Here's what may surprise you. One of the most ignored solutions for aging and underperforming male tissue doesn't come from a prescription bottle. It comes from nature itself. When used externally and applied correctly, it can stimulate circulation, reawaken nerve response, and help your most private area feel warm, responsive, and alive again. This single daily practice could change how you feel about your body as early as this week. In the next few minutes, I'll explain exactly which oil to use, how to apply it properly, what changes you may notice day by day, and 3 simple ways to enhance its effects. If you've been feeling a bit less like yourself lately, stay with me. What you're about to learn may truly shift everything. Before we go further, if you haven't subscribed yet, now is a great moment to do so. Tap the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss another men's health video made specifically for men over 60. And if this message resonates with you even a little, type 1 in the comments. If it doesn't, type 0 and tell me how I can better help you on your path. Let's begin with the real issue. Many men over 60 start to feel disconnected from their bodies, especially in the most intimate areas. This isn't just aging, and it certainly isn't your fault. The deeper truth lies in something rarely explained: a gradual decline in circulation, nerve sensitivity, and cellular vitality in the very area tied so closely to male identity. 1. Why most men over 60 struggle down there. I see it every day. Men in their 60s and beyond sitting quietly in my office, frustrated, sometimes embarrassed. They don't feel like the men they once were. Not physically, not intimately. They may not say it directly, but it's there in their tone and posture. The spark feels dimmed. Their bodies don't respond the way they used to. And over time, they've come to believe this is simply the price of getting older. But I want to be absolutely clear. It's not that simple. What's happening below the belt isn't some unavoidable curse of age. It's a slow biological transition. As the years pass, blood vessels in the lower pelvic region, the arteries and tiny capillaries that deliver oxygen-rich blood to the penis and surrounding tissue, begin to narrow and stiffen. The elasticity they once had, the ability to expand fully during arousal, gradually decreases. And without steady, healthy blood flow, you lose more than function. You lose feeling. Sensitivity dulls. Spontaneous erections fade. Morning firmness that once felt automatic becomes rare or disappears entirely. At the same time, nerve endings that once reacted to light touch now require stronger stimulation. And here's the part no one talks about. As blood flow and nerve response decline, the brain begins to disconnect from that part of the body. It no longer feels fully yours. For many men, the quiet confidence that comes from feeling physically alive is the first thing to go. And that loss cuts deep. Not just in intimacy, but in self-image, relationships, and mindset. I'll share something personal. My own father, a strong and hardworking man, once said to me in a quiet moment, "It feels like part of me just stopped waking up, like I'm slowly fading." That stayed with me, not because it was inevitable, but because it didn't have to happen. He didn't need a miracle. He needed renewed circulation, stimulation, and restoration. And when we gave his body what it needed, he came back to life, not just physically, but emotionally. This decline isn't really about age, it's about neglect. The male body still wants to respond. It's simply waiting for the right signal. And that signal doesn't have to come from medication. It can come from something far more natural, ancient, and effective than most men realize. In fact, it may already be sitting in your kitchen cabinet. So, what is this overlooked remedy, and how can it help restore the energy and responsiveness you once had? Let me show you. 2. The forgotten oil that revives blood flow below the belt. I remember clearly when I first shared this with one of my longtime patients, Gerald, a 72-year-old Vietnam veteran. Quiet strength, never complained. But that day, he finally said, "Doc, I don't feel like a man anymore." I told him about a simple natural oil that could help restore sensation, circulation, and confidence without drugs. He looked at me skeptically. "An oil?" he asked. "Something you rub on?" Yes, but not just any oil. I gave him rosemary essential oil, properly diluted with almond oil. What happened over the next week was remarkable. Rosemary has been used for centuries in Mediterranean cultures for circulation, inflammation, and recovery. Modern science now confirms what ancient healers already knew. Rosemary oil contains rosmarinic acid, which helps relax blood vessels and improve blood flow. It also contains carnosol and cineol, compounds that support nerve activation and reduce inflammation. When applied to the lower pelvic area, the pubic bone, groin, and base of the penis, it creates a gentle, warming sensation. Not burning, not irritation, just activation. Gerald described it as feeling alive again. Beyond the physical effects, it gave him something else: control. Instead of waiting on medication, he was actively caring for his body. That shift matters. It becomes a ritual, not a remedy. And for many men, that ritual is the turning point. Now, knowing the oil is only half the story. How you use it matters just as much. Small mistakes can limit results. So next, I'll guide you through the exact method my patients follow every day. 3. Step by step, how to apply it safely and effectively. Many men rush natural methods, treating them like chores. But the body, especially after 60, responds to care and intention. First, dilution is essential. Mix 3 to 5 drops of rosemary essential oil with 1 tablespoon of a carrier oil like sweet almond, coconut, or jojoba. Warm it in your hands until it feels comfortably warm. Apply it after a warm shower if possible. Begin just above the pubic bone. Massage slowly in small circles, moving outward toward the groin and inner thighs. You may apply around the base of the penis, but pressure should always be gentle. Breathe deeply. Let warmth spread. This is about reconnection, not force. 5 to 7 minutes is enough. Once or twice daily, ideally in the evening. Men often tell me this is the first time in years they've touched their bodies with care instead of frustration. And that's where change begins. 4. What to expect day by day over 7 days. Day 1 is emotional. By day 2 or 3, warmth and subtle tingling often appear. Days 4 and 5 bring improved sensitivity and easier arousal. By day 6, confidence returns. Day 7 brings the mirror moment. You recognize yourself again. 5. A real patient story. William, age 68. a retired engineer who felt disconnected from his body. By day 6, he said, "I saw a man again." That says everything. 6. Bonus. 3 oils to combine for even better results. Ginger for circulation, lavender for relaxation, flaxseed oil for deeper nourishment. Blended properly, they enhance rosemary's effects. 7. The number one mistake most men over 60 make: giving up on themselves. Believing decline is inevitable. It's not. Your body is still listening. 8. How to make this a lifelong ritual. Pair it with daily habits. Be consistent. 5 minutes of care can change how you age.